Did it start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Hi, everybody. Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. I'm Tiffany. I'm weird. I know. Again, there's no microphone. We haven't found one that has good enough reviews, so we're, waiting till we find one that works for the cell phone. So for now, I'll just project my voice a little bit louder than normal. Anyways, before we get started, let's see who's all here real quick. I know there's a football game going, but guess what? I don't care.
Because we don't watch football.
We don't watch football, but all of you can, multitask and watch football and me at the same time, I guess, if you want to. All right, we've got Dawn, Jacqueline, Jim, Judy, Pat, Tina, Susan, Jan, Joyce, Betty, Noreen, Catherine, Mary, Kim, Rowena, Suzette, Blicky Chicky, and so many more. Welcome and thank you for skipping football for me.
I think they can hear you better than they can with the mic.
Anyways, today we are going to start a pattern called Helix. There is a link. If you type in explanation pattern while it's live, which is literally right this very second, and if you're watching this later, that's not 5 p.m. Arizona time, then obviously it's not live. But if you type in explanation pattern, it'll take you to a link to buy the Helix pattern by AccuQuilt Patterns. So this is what we're going to make today. I am not doing it in black, white, and gray. I am doing it in purple blend, and black and gray. I'm making it my own. So everywhere that there's white on the pattern, I'm going to do this floral. Everywhere there's black and gray, I'm going to do black and gray. Everywhere that the center piece right here is going to be this one. I don't remember which one I chose, Scotty.
Huh?
Which one did I choose?
The main one, you chose the lighter purple.
Yeah.
The other one was the
main
darker
one. I
purple.
chose the lighter purple. That's right. And then for the center of these, in between all that, I chose the darker purple. That's what it was. So darker purple goes on that, lighter purple that, white for white, black and gray for black and gray. And it seems like a really easy pattern to do. Again, this is not my pattern. I won't be able to give you the measurements, but it's super easy seeming. Seeming is the word, but it looks like it's just strip pieced, honestly. And it takes 1 yard of a large scale print. Think focus fabric is what it says on here. 1 yard of a medium scale print, 1 yard of a light, 1 yard of a medium, and 1 yard of a dark. So it's super easy, and it's going to make a 52 by 64 inch quilt. And then it has a nice diagram to follow for all the pattern stuff and writing it, putting it all together and stuff. So I'm just going to get to it, and I'm going to start with my medium and dark fabrics. Okay, so my medium and dark are these two, and I'm going to start by chopping it up. It looks like they get the same cuts. Yeah, okay, they're going to get the same cuts, so literally I could just stack them on top of each other really nicely like. And put this together. All right, so I'm going to stack these on top of each other and stand up for this part. Make it easier on myself. I'm lining the fabrics up on the fold, and then I'm going to go ahead and line them up past a line so that I can cut them straight, because I didn't do a very good job cutting it straight, cutting it off the bolt. That looks straight. Let's make sure all that crosses and all of that does not cross. Yikes. That's what I get for trying to choose 1 yard. My goodness. Let's reline that up again. Where this one is ended. Right there. Okay. Let's try that again. Lining it up. Sliding it over. Yeah, my very crooked 1 yard cut. My goodness. I'm wasting more on crookedness. That's my own fault.
It happens. It's okay.
All right. Ruler. Line it up, and we're going to make a nice straight cut, and then we're going to look at the pattern and cut some pieces. All right, rotary cutter, pattern, pencil to mark my pattern of the pieces I've already cut so that I can keep track. All right. It says I need cut 5 of blah, blah, blah strips. Turn my ruler and we're going to cut 5 of these blah, blah, blah strips. Because I can't tell you. You just have to get the pattern. There's 1. Is it 5 each? Yeah.
Do you line your fabric up by the selvage or the fold?
It's lined up at the selvage, but the fold is lined up because they're stacked. 2. 3. 4, and 1 more cut makes 5 of the specific number that I was going for. All right, so I cut 5 of those, and then from strips cut 20 of those. Okay, so we're going to subcut now. You know what? Let's subcut. Let's cut the other ones too. Because I want this all done. What's the number? Cut 4 of those also. This is so easy. So I need to cut 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and come on. 4, and then I'm cutting 1 of another number. I'm following a pattern. Okay, so got all that cut. This goes here. That's my single. These are not subcut, so I just pull these out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But this will get subcut. And then these get subcut. So I'm just going to line them up and cut the specialty number it says. And I think that specialty number might be equal with the ruler. I think, yeah. So that might be an easy cut for me. Easy and quick.
Better be, huh?
And yes, I'm cutting the whole pattern out first. Sometimes it's best to do that, you know, for those that are beginners. I think it's best to cut the whole pattern out first. So I'm going to cut all the selvages off at one time. And then I need to cut 20. Here's 10.
Do you need water or anything?
No. And 20. Really? So I just need 20 of those. Move that over there. Separate my colors. Ta-da! Ta-da! Oops. One of the blacks ended up in the gray pile. I'm just stacking the matching colors up. Make this easy on myself. Come on. 2 pieces there. Thank you. Those there. 2 and that, and that, and then this one gets cut into.
How big is this?
Why is it? This is just a waste of fabric. How wide is the quilt?
How big?
Oh, the quilt is like 52
52
by 64. All right, so I'm gonna cut the selvage off. Cut my size. And 4. All right, and then discard that. All right, so I cut all that. Now for my large scale print, I was choosing this one, right? Large scale is this one. Yep, that's this. So am I done with my 1 yard already? Look at that. I'll just fold this out of the way for now, leaving these strips right here. And from this, my 1 yard, I'm going to cut a nice straight line to start with. And we're going to cut, oh, what knot is I on? One. Oh, I knew I did something wrong. It's a good thing I'm paying attention. I just wasted some fabric, but that's okay. Pay attention this next time. I'm cutting 3 of them. 2. 3. And then move that out of the way for now. And we're going to subcut this into 12 pieces. All right. There's 6. And I'm going to re-straighten that end out because it was on the fold. It got crooked. And this makes 12. Right there. So there's 12 of those. And discard. So that's been cut. Now we need to cut 2 of another number. So let's switch rulers again. And look for that number right here somewhere. Right there. So I need to cut 2 of these. 1. And 2. Okay, those are cut. Set those aside.
Is there any rules for a rail fence, or is it more of a anything goes string piece type of book?
Any rules for a rail fence, or is it anything goes? Well, it's anything goes, honestly. It's whatever you want it to be. All right, medium scale. It's this one. We're going to cut 3. Okay, we don't need that no more because that was 1 yard. straighten my edge. Make sure I get all the layers, and I am. So far, this pattern is very, very easy to read. 3 of that number. One. 2. And 3. And it does not say to subcut those. Now I need to cut 7 of a certain number. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And for my scrap bin, let's get a, no, that's not going to work right there, but that number will work. All right, for my scrap bin, there's that. All right, so all these are cut, set aside. Now from my light fabric, which is this one. Oh, let's set these aside now. I got to move all my parts and pieces out of the way. Okay. We're going to cut a lot from this one. 2 of those. Okay. Make sure I get all the layers at the same time. Let me look one more time. All right, 2 of these numbers. 1 and 2. And then I need to subcut.
Why are you cutting your fabric towards yourself?
Oh, because I cut towards myself sometimes on this when I do the opposite hand, because this isn't a left-handed martelli. Because I can cut both-handed, but when I'm on the opposite side, I struggle holding the ruler without it sliding and then cutting. So I just go towards me. But my hand is always on this side, so I'm not chopping my pinky finger off. Because we don't want that. So I need to cut 8, blah, 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 inch, and 8, blah, 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 inch. All right. And see, there we go with that. Not so straight cut. All right, so we need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. And my fabric is on the fold, so we're going to just go ahead and cut 8. The next number from the fold. Why not? Seven, 8. Okay, now I need did that. 6 of another number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. 6. And those go up with that. Then I cut 1. Okay, so let's line this up on a line. I'm going to cut this. Where is it at? Right here. So 13. One of those. And then cut. How many? 4 of them. Lined up on a line. One, 2, 3, 4. Set this aside. And cut diagonally both ways. Line that back up. Decided it wanted to separate itself, but that's okay. We'll make it work. And then same with this piece. All right. All those are cut. Next. Cut 1. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to use the measuring properly method for this. Because this is a cut that we don't make. It's a 5/8, and I don't normally cut 5/8, so we're gonna make sure this is fully straightened.
It's right after the half.
I know, but I have to make sure I'm getting it correct.
Okay.
Let's make sure that number one more time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. 8, 5/8, 5/8. All right. One of those. Move that aside. Then we're going to open it up. Okay. I'm going to straighten it up. I know I probably should have ironed the fold on all of this, but I didn't. I'm going to cut the selvage off real quick and then cut the number. I have to line it up on the line again and do that same thing, 5/8. So we're going to line this back up. It's on the line, right there, right there. Everything's nice and straight. Slide this over and line it up. Oops. On 5/8. Right there. And come on, right there. Right there. Same strip. Oh, from the same strip I have to cut another thing. So now I don't have a longer ruler right there. Let's do this one. I have to cut it on the diagonal twice as well. Come on. This ruler sticks to the fabric, so it makes it kind of hard to do the diagonals. There and right there. Pick it up, lay it down. Okay. Those are cut. Move them out of the way, and now I'm going to cut from here to line it up and do another 5/8 number. Line it up on a line. 6 and 5/8. And that's 5/8 right there and right there. That side is totally not straight anymore. Line it back up and go to 6. And let's use this side of the ruler. After the half, right after the half, right after the half. Right there. Probably would have been easier just to use the big ruler. You know me, making things hard, and then I'm only cutting those once. All right, all my parts and pieces are now cut. Okay. Now to move on to the sewing. Look at that. See, that was quick. Very easy to read. If you're not used to 5/8, I mean, it's the dash right after the half. It's very easy to find. All rulers have it. Some better than others. Show better than others. I'm going to put this machine at a 1/4 inch because I was not using a 1/4 inch with my last sewing. So I'm going to make sure it's at a 1/4 inch, and we're going to grab some parts and pieces and start sewing. All right. What do I start with first? My medium. Hold on, which one did I choose as my medium? I chose the purple. Okay, so I need one of these, one of these, and one of these. So one of each. Okay. So I'm going to take my medium and then one of my dark and one of my medium because white is light for my whole thing. And I'm going to make a strip unit. I guess it doesn't really matter which one's on the top and bottom. Oh, okay, good. Good stitch length. I'm going to make a strip unit. With a 1/4 inch seam. So I have sewed it on the bottom, and then I'm going to sew one on the top. So dark on one and then the medium on the other side of the medium scale print. Will you turn my iron on for me?
Yeah, are you ironing?
I will, because I'm going to try to keep these perfectly flat.
Okay. You want the hanging up here? No.
No, just the irons on.
Okay. I thought maybe you were looking at. I didn't know.
So I'm making 3 of these units, and does it say which way to press? let's see, press to the medium. So I'm pressing under, no, oh, out. Press to dark print is shown as the arrows above. So yeah, it's pressing out towards each of these that I just added. And I'm making 3 of these units. So grab 2 more. Come on. There we go. I'm all tangling up on myself. Around, put this one on the other side. Oh, okay. And then 1 more. And then I will press them and do the next step. This is actually a nice break from me sewing scrap quilts. You know? Because that's what I've been doing all week, is sewing the backs for scrap quilts and long arm quilting. Not even my own stuff, client work. So I'm going to carefully take these over and press them out towards, away from the center pretty much. And I want to keep them flat and super square, because if not, they will bow, and we don't want that. So I'm just doing like a dry iron first, and then I'm going to steam them, because I like steam on all of my stuff. So we're going to have 3 units that look like this.
Oh, that's cool.
To start, but we're going to be subcutting them anyway, so
I like it.
this one's trying to bow. Nice and straight. I know you can't see me, but you all know how to iron.
Better.
I got a comment once on a video. It was one of my fast forwarding videos, and it said, "You can skip that part. We all know how to iron." I was like, "Well, I show the whole thing from start to finish, so that part was part of the whole thing." That was my comment. This was part of the process. A beginner doesn't know how to iron or press or whatever you want to call it when it comes to making quilts. All right. My units have been made. Now what does it want me to do? Make 3 sets of, oh, cut 20 segments. Okay. So let me stack these up nicely. We're going to kind of stagger them a little so that way I'm not laying all those seams directly on top of each other, because that, you know, isn't fun. I'm just going to stagger them. This one.
These are cool colors.
Yeah, this is going to look cool. We tried to dig through my black, white, and gray, but none of it was continuous yardage. So I went ahead and we used Scott's idea with the purple. All right, so I'm going to cut all the selvages off and then subcut 20 of the things I need to cut. And I can't tell you that number, but I'm pretty sure if you get the pattern, you'll be able to figure it out because it's really easy. Scoot this up onto a line on the mat so that way I can make this first cut easier on myself by not cutting towards myself. All right, so here's, oops, that's not the right number. Don't cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, and pull away one of these and cut my 19 and 20. There we go. So there's a big chunk of 2 mediums left, but that's fine. I'll do something else with it later because, you know, I use all my scraps. Just going to stack all this out of the way because we're going to grab the next set of pieces and sew them on. So now we need the 20 gray and black pieces, or your light, or your medium and your dark. So now I'm going to sew and make 20 blocks. So I'm going to make sure that all of these are facing the correct direction. This one will go on this side, and this one will go on this side.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
The phone to answer.
Right, and then I'm going to press away from the center. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and just run all these through on the one side and then run them all through on the other side. Seems easy enough, right? They should be exactly the right size. And then I'll just pass these over to Scott because he could iron these. so far it's pretty easy pattern. It does kind of suck that it only comes in one size, but the one size is a lap size, so, or a child toddler size. Yeah. And you can always add a bunch of borders to make it bigger or whatever else, or make more blocks. You can cut 2 yards worth of fabric and make more blocks. And just cut double the amount. I'm going to pass you some so you can start.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. You got the junky iron on.
There.
El Junkadero.
Press them towards the one I just added, which is the gray. Oops, don't flip seam. Stay flat. There we go.
It's been plugged in for a while. Right?
Huh?
I said it's been plugged in for a while. If it's going to leak, we should see it.
Yeah.
What?
It didn't leak on me this morning, but then I didn't have it plugged in for very long. My new iron leaked all over the desk the other day, major big puddle, and it soaked all of the fabric that I had laying there. Yeah, it was a disaster. But it hasn't leaked since. So I don't know if it was just a fluke thing or what. It had been on for like 4 hours of me sewing though, so.
Got more for me?
Yep.
I'll cut them.
Oh, I just have to snip it away from the machine.
Mark cookies.
Here's the last of those. I'm going to start now that I got the one side on. Now it's time to put the opposite side on, which it really doesn't matter now because I know it's the only side that needs something. So I'm going to put my darkest dark on the other side now. And again, it should be the exact same size as it needs to be.
We're going to iron them then?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Any questions?
How would I know?
Sewing? Oh, you can't see them. Thread, they're ironing. Welcome everybody joining in. We're working on the Helix pattern today. Where's the outer layer of the pattern?
Over here.
Oh, I was going to show it on the screen, but
I already did. That's
if
why.
you type in explanation pattern, you can get a link. to the pattern every time you purchase it. It helps my channel. It's very, very easy to do. It's by AOK Patterns.
Really? Is that the name? A-OK?
Yeah, AOK Patterns. Yep. It's a division of Quilting Tia Quilt Works. Yeah. This pattern so far is A-OK. Super easy to follow. This is definitely a beginner-friendly pattern.
Okay, what do you got for me?
The hardest part is choosing the fabrics you want to use so that you can get the look that the pattern shows on the outside of the cover of the pattern. Oh, am I out? Yep. Hold on. Bobbin time.
Tell me your design wall's batting.
My design wall is made of 100% white cotton batting. I'm still on the using all of these leftover bobbins. I need a
You need a bit of.
my little brush is missing. Oh, never mind, I left it in here.
That I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I left it right here. My bobbin case itself had a lot of dust in it. Oh, let's just keep it right there.
You got more for me?
In a minute.
Okay. I'm actually ahead of you. Whoa.
You're ahead of me today. Yes.
That never happens.
I gotta come back a smidge because I ran out of bobbin right there. There we go.
Becca's on and says hi.
Hi, Becca. Can't wait till next month. We get to hang out. It feels like it's been a year since we hung out. Oh, wait, it has. For all of you that are curious, I will be at QuiltCon, which is February 20th, 19th, 20th, 21st. I don't know. It's just look up QuiltCon's website.
Yeah,
It's in Phoenix, Arizona. So I will be driving the 4-hour trek to go there and stay for a few days, and I'll get to see all of you, plus my friends.
The 20th to the 23rd.
Yeah. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday's usually the slowest day, though, of the whole entire thing. Well, Sunday's also a good day because it's a get it gone, so they don't have to haul it back into the things and get them back to their places, you know, all the booths. So there's probably lots of sales. Because they don't want to pack it up back to their stores. Oh, here's a bunch.
I told Becca she's stealing my wife.
She's like, so?
She says she'll give me back. She said it's heck? Oh gosh.
All right, all of those are made. What's the next step? Let's see. We are going to sew one of these now. My large scale print, the big cut, with one of these on it. And then I'm going to skip the page and do the other one. We'll get the other black. So one gets the gray and one will get the black. All right. So I'm going to make this into a strip unit. I have a feeling this is going to be a really pretty quilt.
Oh, it is. It's going to be amazing.
I like that I swapped out the white to have a print that has light purple and dark purple in it for the colors. It's going to give it a very cool look, I hope. Next one. And then once I press it, I'm going to subcut it into 12 segments that are whatever size. I didn't actually look at the size yet.
Oh, no more for me?
Alrighty, I'm going to press these ones real quick so that they stay square.
You wait 2 seconds. Literally. Okay. Now I'm done. I didn't know you had more for me though. You should have told me.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's okay. I'm getting out of your way.
I just need to keep these super flat, squared.
Will you be at the quilt show at the fairgrounds next
I
weekend?
will not be going to the Arizona Fairgrounds, Arizona State Fairgrounds quilt show. Nope, I will not be there because I don't want to drive down to Phoenix more than I have to. So I'm going down for QuiltCon. It'd have been nice to go to the giant craft fair thing, but
Oh, it's in Phoenix?
yes.
Yeah, that's 4 hours away.
Yeah, I'm not driving down there.
And then you'd have to get a hotel room by yourself.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm already going to be spending too much next month.
Yeah, you got to save money for one thing.
Yeah. Plus, I'd be all alone. I wouldn't have, anybody driving. Oh, I could take a friend with me if I wanted to go, but all right, these are going to be cut the same, right? Yep, they're cut at the same. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to stagger nicely and then cut out my 12 pieces. So they'll be left over probably. All right. So I know what size I need. I just need to cut them. And honestly, you know what? I own this darn thing. I might as well use it. All right, let's line this up right here, right there. Line it up on a line. Slide it over to get the selvage all at the same time. And I'm going to be using my, whatever this thing is called, what is this thing called anyway? Stripology ruler. That's what it's called. I own it. I'm going to use it. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do I have one for that? Where's that thing bought at?
7, 8. That could be found in, I don't know which links. Remember we tried looking for it before?
Well, I'll just put a bunch of them. That Photoshop.
Yeah, you might, if you guys are looking, this is an older stripology ruler. It's not a newer one. So it's, how many did I have already? What did I cut already? Do you remember?
No.
Oh, man. I cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I cut 8. So I'm going to remake a straight line again. 9, 10, 11.
You're saying 8.
12. All right. 10, 11, 12. Alrighty. So I cut my 12 of that. So I have 2 big chunks left of this. All right. Move that aside. Move on to the next step. What do we do? All right. Now we're going to take this chunk. So the pieces that we cut of our, what color was I considering this? The large scale print that you cut, the whatever by whatever pieces, you cut 20 of them, I think. No, we cut 12 of them. And we're going to put 1 of each of these on either side. So one side will get the gray, and then the opposite corner will have the black. So you'll put 1 on each side. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew these on. One on each side. Here we go.
Do you still buy quilt tops to practice long arming on?
Yes, I still buy quilt tops to practice long arming on. It's not really practice. What is the word for it? I just like to doodle. I'm really not practicing. I'm just messing around. So I don't care what color I'm doing right now because either way they're going to be in opposite corners. So right now I'm just sewing till I hit to 12. And then I'll sew the other side. So it was like black first, now gray, and then it's going to be black and then gray. And then there should be an equal amount for the opposite side. So I have all of them sewn.
What happens at QuiltCon?
What happens at QuiltCon stays at QuiltCon.
Good answer.
It's a show from the Modern Quilt Guild that hosts it, and it's all modern quilting related, but there's traditional quilting stuff there as well. But it's a giant show. It takes up a giant convention center with lots of walking, and you can't see it all in one day. I'll just put that out there. But yeah, what happens at QuiltCon stays at QuiltCon. So if you buy $500 worth of junk that you didn't need, nobody's ever going to know because it only happened at QuiltCon. Not even your husband will know. I know I'm weird. I'm sorry. It's just a bunch of quilters. You get to meet lots of people. You know, if you're a social person, then you have plenty of people to talk to and meet and say hi and find people from all over the world. There's going to be lots of social media, as in YouTube faces that you all watch will be there. And when I say lots, I mean lots. I be one of them. And then I can name some. So Becca will be there. So my friend Becca from Becca will be there. And then Off Kilter Crafter Ian will be there. I will be there. Di from Sister Chicks Quilting will be there. From what I believe, April from April's Craft Room will be there. And I think Tracy from the Sewing Channel will be there. And Chris from Rose City Originals will be there. And because there's a lot. All right. I'm going to snip these apart and then do the opposite side. And I just have to remember to put the opposite corner. So if gray is in one top corner, I need to make sure that the other one gets the black instead. All right. So this one has black right here. So that means gray needs to be on this side. So obviously it went black, gray the whole way. So it's going to start with gray and it's going to work out perfect. And then I'll send some of these over for Scott to press in just a minute. Which way are they getting pressed? Oh, these ones are being pressed in towards the middle on these. So that means, let me just separate these. That means instead of going out, this seam is going to go in towards the middle like that. So we're going to try to get them as flat as we can towards that middle. I do love it when a pattern has pressing instructions. It makes it so much easier.
Am I supposed to iron it?
Yeah, but they need to go in towards this, okay? Both of them.
What am I doing? What?
Pressing it in towards the big piece.
You want to give me two?
Well, I'll give you more in a second. I seem to be only making 12 of these, so they should have went faster than I'm actually sewing. Sometimes following a pattern takes longer for me than me making stuff up.
How close are you to QuiltCon this year?
I'm 4 hours away from Phoenix, Arizona, where QuiltCon will be held this year.
Depending on traffic, could be farther.
Yeah, depending on the traffic. I'm going there on a Wednesday afternoon to be there by Wednesday evening to meet up with all my friends. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit the evening traffic. After this unit, I need to make one more unit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Scale.
Time to rip.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I sewed a gray on. I thought I was paying attention, but I guess not. Oh my goodness, come on. Just rip it.
Oh yeah, one inch is purple and one inch is,
Yep.
I mean, one inch is black and one inch is gray.
Yep.
I don't have these in order like that either. I'm supposed to be stacking them in order.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sometimes I need a seam ripper and sometimes I don't. All right, now let's put it on the correct one. Good thing I saw that before I started sewing the other one on. You know, because I was a smart cookie. And again, I'm still using the rest of other bobbins, so I'm now out of bobbin again. Trying to get all these used up.
Your Mark cookiness knows no bounds.
I'm trying to find one that's fuller. The way it lasts a little bit longer. Nobody ever said you had to have a specific thread color inside of your quilt. Nobody sees it, so it don't matter. As long as you're not sewing white fabric with black thread. I think that that would be the only one that you would see the thread when you press your seam. All right, here's the last two. Three.
Okay, Cletus, hold on.
All right. Next unit is we are going to take our 2.5 inch square of light, which is my white, and of my dark, and then my two. So I need those two, and then one of these, and then two of those. Hold on, for some reason, what am I making here? I'm making four. Making 4 units of black and 4 units of the gray. Oh, and I cut more than 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is QuiltCon always in either Arizona or North Carolina? Or other states?
QuiltCon is usually in Arizona or North Carolina. Yes.
So it doesn't go to other states, just those two?
Ian said that it was once in Texas. I think it's because the venue that they use, the convention center, is probably cheaper where they used it in Phoenix at the convention center, and in North Carolina, I think it's a cheaper venue, and that's why they use it. So I'm going to make 4 units of this, like these, and then 4 units that are this, and then on all of them, I will add this one. And they all go a certain way. So I'm just going to sew on all of these first, and then the black ones, and I'm just going to chain piece all of them, obviously. Oops. And I'm going to make sure, and then we're using 4 of these. Which way do I press them? Towards the dark. Oh, press away from the dark square? What? I don't really want to do that. It's going to show. One, 2, 3, 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. So, okay, we'll just press away from. I'm just going to figure press because there's just a couple of units here. And they're all going to go on the top. Yep, like this. this, and then all of these will go on the same side. I'm going to make sure on both diagrams. Yep. All right, so all of these units are going to go on one side like this. So I'm going to go ahead and just chain piece all of them through and then send them over to be pressed. So I'm making a total of 8 units. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press these real quick.
Because you need them quick, huh? That's why you're not having me do it.
Yep. All right, so they are all pressed. Now we're going to take these and put them on point in front of myself. And that means like this, on point, point to point, in front of myself. And then I'm going to take and add my, these ones were these ones. So the ones that we cut from a background that were, we cut the light and we cut a bunch of them. So those are the ones we're going to use. So I'm going to put one on each side right here and here on both of these. So I don't know how well you can see right here, but I'm just going to do this on all of those. So I'm literally just going to put 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and oops, turn that one around. 4 and 4. All right, so now I'm just going to add these and then press them towards the piece that I add. So I'm going to do these 4 first and then do the next. So I'm going to put it on here, lining up my corner. It should have a little triangle hanging off of it. So again, obviously I'm backwards to you, but it's going like this. So I'm lining it up on here with this straight right here and straight right here and sewing it through. And then we'll add the other side. Just making sure I'm doing the same thing on every single one. Grab this set, do these. Again, the pattern is very easy to read. The pattern is called Helix. I've had it for a while. And it's meant to have been a video a long time ago, but you know, 2025 is a year of let's get some of these things done. All right, I'm going to go ahead and snip these apart, press them towards that outer piece, and then add the other side.
Are you coming back on Sunday? Or Monday?
Monday, probably. Why?
Yeah, I'm just curious. You'll have the room still? You'll be able to spend the night on Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's check out Monday at 11.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
All right. One side on. Let's go this way. This. Put this like this, so that you can see. So I have one side on. Now I need to add the other, creating a half triangle. So now I'm just going to snip off the dog ears real quick on all of these. Just using scissors. I don't want them to be in the way of my seam guide, my magnetic seam guide. Anytime I have those, they're always in the way. Plus, it's less bulk if you get rid of them now. All right. Let's make sure that, that goes there. Making sure that goes there. So I'm going to turn it around and sew it on. So I'm lining up my bottom edge now. My side here, and the side here is now where it's being lined up, and it's going to stick out on that top part. Sew all these through.
Oh yeah, did you talk to Becca to make sure you're getting the scooter?
I didn't. I'll talk all about that stuff later. I'm pretty sure it's there though.
Well, you better make sure.
Yeah. I will. Alright, so I'm going to press these, and they should be the size they are supposed to be. And if you did it accurately, you should have a nice straight line right there. And then all you have to do is trim off the dog ear. Everything should match right up. Again, nice, perfect, straight line where all you have is a dog ear sticking up to cut off. All right. Is that it so far? Let's make sure. Now it's time to lay it out. Look at that. So let me go ahead and cut all the dog ears off. Probably easier if I just open the rotary cutter. All right, so there is a diagram on how it's laid out. It is pieced on the diagonal, so everything is on point. So this is considered my A block. Yep, so these are A blocks. We're going to go ahead and lay these out with the dark facing this way. How many am I going? 1, 2, 3, 4. This 2. Right. 3. And 4. And then in between are these ones. So my black, nope, goes here. Nope. Hold on. Brain. It's black right there. That doesn't look right. Whatever. Black right here. And one more. Black right there. And we're back to these. And again, all of these go the same direction. Oops, this way. Black. There.
Oh, yeah, the camera's too low.
Sorry, Scott will move the camera.
Yep.
Oops. 3. And then 4. Here. And we're doing these again. And again, the black is going to go in the same spot. So it's going to go like this. Oops, I'm on this one. 2. 3. Now these again. So far, it's looking really cool. Four there. And we do these again.
That is awesome.
2, 3. And then these again. 2. And 4. Oops. Turn it this way. Like that. And then the last 3 of these. And then the last 4 of these.
Look at that, you're almost done. It's only an hour and 20 minutes.
Very easy pattern. And 4. Now to put in the side setting triangles. Oh. So black goes here. 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 And gray on this side. And then the big ones go here. And down here. Whoa, don't fall. And then I obviously have a remainder of 2. And then there should be 4 of these for the corners. And that's how it's going to go. That looks cool, huh? Yep. All right, so this is put together on the diagonal. If you've never done a quilt on the diagonal like this before, your first row is that first, can you see up here? Yeah, okay. Your first row is that corner. I don't even bother with that just yet. But your actual first row is this one, and this one. So this will go right sides together here. They did the pattern, it had these nest. So I'm going to nest those 2 seams, and then this will go on that side. Then the next row is this. 4 and 5 like that. And then this one will be the next, and then I put my 2 end caps on it. The end cap here and the end cap here I do last. But this one I put on right away. So let's go ahead and sew this together. Should go pretty quick. I'm actually just going to stand and sew this because again it goes pretty quick. All right. Nesting my seam. Making sure everything is lined up. Now, which way does it show pressing? Just because I want it to lay nice. It's showing pressed in towards the blocks, I think. I was reading it too fast. Yeah, so I'm pressing in towards the dark. So once that is on, I'm going to sew this opposite on here. This. This one has no seam to nest on this. And this one is going to press in. So I'm going to go ahead and press this at the iron. So now that this is together, this was row 2 technically, I'm just going to cut off the 2 triangles on the end and add the corner triangle, and then this corner will be done. I'm just going to center it on here. If you want to fold it in half to find the center, that's good. I'm just eyeballing center. And obviously my thread came out because, you know, it has to in every video. No matter what I do, it comes unthreaded. Okay, let's try that again. I'm just going to press this towards the white because that's the way it's going to want to go. And then from now on, I'm going to press every single seam towards this block. So this will go up here. That corner is done. So here's our next row. This one on here. Match it up. Fold the seam. Press in. Come back to the wall, grab that next one. Again, they should nest because they're in opposite directions. And those two should nest because they're in opposite. And I'm pressing towards the one with the gray and black. So that way it lays nice and flat. Grab that next piece, throw it on. And so on and so forth till the whole thing's done. Pressing towards this one. Grab my end. Goes on this way. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and press this one. This two end pieces, I'm just going to cut off the dog ears, just like this. Then I'm going to grab that the original piece and put that on there. Again, you don't really need to center it because you're going to have nesting seams. So once you have those nested and held down properly, then it's all about lining up the end and starting to sew. My seams are all in opposite directions for the rows, so it should land nicely. Stop flipping, you dumb seam. All right, I'm just going to press this back towards that top corner. So here's my top corner now, 2 rows together. Lay it on the wall, start the next. Every time. It's always when I'm standing to sew, you know, not as much when I'm sitting. Because I'm flopping my fabric here and it's creating a little wind, and that little wind takes the thread right out the needle. All right, again, I'm pressing towards that block, the one with the black. Okay, then I go to this one. And I put them back on the wall, sort of like that, just so that I can make sure I'm doing it right, because it is, I am following someone else's pattern, you know. If I sit, do you think the thread will break off out of the hole? Driving me nuts already. Nesting my seams, holding the corner. Go like this and say, okay, this one goes on here. Sometimes I mess things up, so I got to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Everything's being pressed towards this.
Are you going to put a border around the outside?
Yeah, that's what the other there's still more fabric to do. It'll get borders. I just don't have them out because I don't want to confuse myself. That way. This one. Here. Come on, right there. No, it's just being on camera because this doesn't happen when I'm not on camera at all. It has to have something every single time. Stay. To prevent that, I'm just going to do the pull away method where I just pull it away and then snip the thread. All right, and then we get one of these on the end that goes this way. Finger press. Oops, I didn't do that. I'm so used to pressing the foot pedal, you know. All right, so I'm going to press it. I find it easier to press the rows and put them together than to do it the rows and then do them all later kind of thing. I like to press them and put them together while I'm going so that I don't mix anything up. So I'm going to go ahead and snip off my dog ears on both these ends. Out of the way. I'm going to grab my corner piece. I'm going to go ahead and attach it by nesting this seam right here. It's my first seam, and then this right here, so it's laying on like this. All right. Make sure that these all line up. Nesting the seams as I go. Everything is in opposite directions, so it's laying wonderfully. I'm literally going to press this section towards this section. So I'm just going to lay it on my ironing board and press it that way. Plop it back on the board. So So this section right here, I starting with this one and then it goes like this. So I'm gonna just pick it up. But this one, I'm not gonna put the end piece on. I'm gonna leave that off until I put the row together. I'm literally going to put the row together. And then I'll go press it. But we'll leave the end cap off. Or the side, or the corner setting triangle, I should say. Whatever it is. One more on here, and then I'll press this and add it to the bigger section. So all I have is one dog ear to get off right here in this corner. Then I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. And then lay this one on top of it. And then it should line right up. I'm just going to nest the seams along the way. I stop at every seam, put the needle down. Sew right off the edge so there's nothing on that end, because the next one is going to have one of these but lower, so that way you can put your end cap on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just press this real quick and then put it back on the wall.
What was that metal thing that fell?
It's the little screwdriver to take that apart.
Oh. Do I need to get it? Do you know where it's at?
All right, so now I'm going to do the opposite directions. And then just place this on the wall. Right here. Come on. There we go. This is going to sit right there. I'm going to go ahead and start down here now and put these three together, and then those, and then put the two halves. So I'm just going to put these on like this. It just goes back in the little hole.
Did you make this with more colors, like half your cuts in the center fabric?
You can make this however you'd want to make it, honestly. What did you say, with half-yard cuts?
Yeah.
You can. You just got to know what color is replacing what. All right, so I'm going to press this again in towards the middle piece. Here's my corner. I'm going to do that same procedure where I take off the two dog ears right here and then grab my corner, put it on. I'm just going to center it on there. I have about a 1/4 inch hanging on both sides. And I know I do because my needle line's right up with it, with the V that's created. So my needle came in the V and out the V. So I know that that was center. Just going to press that out. And then we'll put that next row together. Then I'm going to add this one on here. It's best if you could lay these out to do them, but if you want to just follow a chart, you can also just use the chart. It says on it A, B, A, B, A, B, and what end goes where, you know, when you're following it. So it's not that hard to make sure that everything's landing where it's supposed to. Right, there on that. Can I have a cold water while you're out there, please? All right. And then the corner. Okay, so I'm going to press this and then add that other piece to it. All right, so I'm going to cut off the dog ears.
What happens if you don't trim the dog ears?
Then you just have bulk underneath there. If you don't get the dog ears off, you'll just have bulk. That's all. Just some bulk. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. My seams will nest so I know that it's laying correctly. And bulk, if you're going to send it to a long armor to quilt it, you may want to get rid of all the bulk in advance. If you are going to sit and free motion quilt it yourself, then don't bother with the dog ears. And that goes with any project. The only thing it stops is for bulk. So if you didn't trim away on your pinwheels, all those dog ears off of there, you're going to have a big chunk clump of fabric, double layered and triple layered and quadruple layered right there in that middle. And then you're going to have a big piece that sticks up like this far and you won't be able to flatten it with your iron. And then when you go to try to free motion quilt or whatever you're doing over it, it's going to go, oh God, with the sewing. It's not going to come out right. So we get rid of the dog ears purposely to prevent that when we quilt it, and it keeps our quilts laying flat. And in honesty, it also keeps them square, getting rid of the dog ears. All right, so this one's done. I'm going to go ahead and just go like this. This one, that. Alright. Missed my seams. Everything's lining up. It's always good when that happens. It's like a sigh of relief. And then I'm going to press it and we'll add where it goes.
What's your recommended brand of thread and needle for sewing machine? For your juki?
My recommended brand of thread for what? Sewing machine?
For the juki.
Whatever you want to use. I don't have a recommended brand. Right now I'm using Essentials, but I also like using other ones. Hold on, I'm going to rip this real quick because it
What about needles?
didn't line up. I use organ needles exclusively on this machine.
You get your thread from Superior Thread.
And
right?
I get the thread right now from Connecting Threads.
Threads,
It's
right.
the Essentials brand by Connecting Threads. I'm just picking out where the seam is supposed to nest. I'm just picking that section out because everything else lined up except for right here. Because that seam is like pressed funny.
Why would batiks lay flatter than quilting cotton?
Because batiks are made of a different kind of cotton, so they lay flatter naturally. And it's not lining up. I don't care. Leave it.
Okay, we're done in like 7 minutes. You want to finish next week, or are you just going to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay.
I'm almost done, so there's no sense in doing 15 minutes of work next week.
I understand. I was just asking because you have to do a border on the whole thing.
Yeah,
that
which
gonna
is
be off?
already cut. Yeah.
I didn't know if that was going to be off camera or what.
Oh no, we can do it on camera. It won't take long.
Okay.
I'm literally. All right, so now I'm going to trim off the dog ears right here and here. And then we're going to add this piece on there. press this and then sew that last row together. Stay where I put you. It's a half a triangle, so it's hard to get it back onto the wall. There we go. Last row, I'm just going to pick it up. Sew it. Oops. One piece. There we go. Oh, right there. And again, if you're interested in doing this pattern, exclamation pattern, I'll give you a link to it, and if you buy from that link, it helps my channel out.
Why don't you tell them what you're doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will do a small mail opening because there hasn't really been any mail lately. There's a couple things out there. Unless more comes by tomorrow. But
No, I went this morning.
yeah. You'll be there tomorrow to mail something out there.
Oh, are you going to wait to do the mail opening until after 9, 10 o'clock?
Why not?
Oh, okay. Tell them what else tomorrow is.
Tomorrow is mine and Scott's 10-year anniversary, marriage anniversary.
Yeah, because we celebrate 2 anniversaries. We celebrate when we met, which is 12 years. Tell them all that.
Yeah, we celebrate our getting together anniversary and then our marriage anniversary. So marriage is 10 years now. All right, so now I'm going to add this. Where am I? Nope, I'm this way. What did I do wrong? Right there. Right here. Why is that wrong? That goes there. There we go. Whew. I almost had one of those brain attacks, you know, where you get whatever brained. When you get brained, you know, and just didn't get it right. Thought I flipped it around, but I didn't. All right, line it up.
Where do you get your numbered clips at? Buy theirs in the alphabet.
Try Fat Quarter Shop for numbered clips. I'm not 100% sure because they were bought for me, but you can buy the stickers for regular binding clips and put stickers on them with alphabet and numbers, which those are by GE Designs, the little stickers, and you can get those on Fat Quarter Shop. You can get them on Oh, now the words aren't coming to me. Any web, anywhere. You can get them anywhere. Just put it that way. Any one of my just type in alphabet stickers for binding clips, and that's what you'll get. They're made by GE. Oops, and I didn't get that dog ear off because, you know, I just didn't. All right, so I'm going to press this, and then we'll put this part to the other part. And then we'll sew on those two little corners and some borders, and this quilt will be done. Okay, so I need to put this straight right here. So this white touches that. And we're going to put this on the wall for a second. My two little end corners, I don't need them at the very moment, but we're going to take this piece and put it right sides together with this one. This. And then it matches up down here. I'm going to nest that first seam. And then sew on down. And you can pin it, you know, when you do this, you can use pins or clips along the way so that you don't mess anything up, but I tend not to, so I just go for it and use my fingers to hold seams. Oh, we used up that pretty full bobbin. Let's put another one in there. I gotta have another almost full one. This one's not almost full, but it might last a while. Okay, we ended right there. Hold that seam. So while I'm sitting here, I'm not going to press yet, but I am going to press it away from. But what I'm going to do is while I'm right here, just going to finger press this corner, get rid of the two dog ears, and add my corner before I go and press the whole entire thing. That way I can just press the whole entire thing and call it a day. So I just laying it on here. Pretending it's center, you know, that kind of deal. As long as I have a 1/4 inch on both sides, which I do. And then I'll add my other one to the other corner. I'm going to go find that other corner right here. I'm just going to finger press it, clip off the dog ears, 1/4 inch there, and a 1/4 inch sticking out on that side. And now I can press the whole thing. I'm going to give the whole quilt a nice press real quick, and then I'm going to trim all the dog ears and get ready to put the borders on. Okay, so my quilt has dog ears like anybody else's, and just in case it didn't line up, so there's some pieces that I just need to straighten real quick. So I'm just going to give it a quick trim, and then we'll add the borders. I think the white one goes first and then the other one's second. I'm just going to move this stuff out of my way. A bunch of little dog ears sticking out everywhere all right here. Over there. Lay it over my desk because it's easier to do it this way. And that looks pretty straight to me. I'm just straightening everything out. And I'll rotate, straighten, rotate, straighten. As long as I have a 1/4 inch sticking out all the way around. And I'm good.
Tell them the link is in the description of the video.
The link to this for later is in the description of the video. So if you're watching this on a replay, it doesn't work if you type an exclamation pattern. You have to go into the description below the video, and that same exact link is down in there. I'm just straightening this quilt out a little. That way it's not too wonky. Because I'm not the best when it comes to piecing on point. I mess things up just like everyone else. All right, one more side, and then we'll put those borders on. There we go. So a little bit of trimming. Last thing to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut all the selvages off all at the same time, and then hook all these pieces together. And I'm going to do borders the way I do borders. The pattern probably says to do something else, like measure it and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? I don't do it that way. So I'm just going to do it the way I like to do things. Do what works for you. I just stack them all and I'm going to connect them end to end. And then sew on 2 sides, the top and bottom, and then I'll do the same with the purple, which I'm going to line up and prep too. That way I can just run it all through real quick at the same time. All right. Cut all the salvages off it at once. And then I'm gonna grab these guys.
If you wanted it larger, could you just buy more yardage and make more blocks?
Yep. If you want it larger, you buy more yardage, make more blocks, do the same thing the pattern says to do, just make more of it. Every other block is an A or a B. So you can do more. If one, there's still some yardage left. You know, the only one that I used pretty much all of was this purple. No, yeah, the purple one. The dark purple, which was my medium accent for me. I think. Cut all the salvages off at one time. Whew. All right, so I'm going to take the bottom, put it out of the way, and every 2 is right sides together now. And honestly, I might make it bigger because I still have a lot of the purple left. So I can just keep going with borders. But for now, I'm just going to put the ones that shows, you know, that says that it had to be cut. But there's enough fabric for me of what I had in my own yardage to add more if I want. All right, I'm going to do that same procedure with these. And then I'm going to put it all together. Move. There we go. Stay flat. Thank you.
Do you know what a t-shirt board is?
A t-shirt board? I do not know what that is. All right, so there's one border. And all these pieces is the other. So I'm going to grab one end. I'm going to throw the rest on the floor. I'm not even pressing it, because you guys know me. I'm going to find the long side and sew the long sides on first. And then I will do the top, bottom, and then do the other one. And then I'll be done. Up and start sewing. I'm not stretching or pulling because I don't want to mess anything up. I'm just sewing on down. Just laying my fabric on top of there. fold it on top of itself. This is not technically the Quilt Police's way of doing things, but I don't judge, and this is how I do it.
The Quilt Police. Quilt Police.
Okay, so I'm going to attach this side by grabbing the opposite end. That way I have the same exact amount on each side. That's the way I always do this. Alright, fold it on top of itself. Make the cut. I also do what I do because I'm the one that long arms my quilts, so you know, I don't have to worry about anything, because if there's a problem, I'll fix it while I'm at the long arm. So now I'm going to sew the top and bottom one on. I didn't even press yet. It's just finger pressed to one side. Come up on this end, I'm going to finger press that. That way it's nice. And then fold it. Cut. So I'm going to flip this around, grab the opposite side, give it a quick finger press. Grab my end, lay it on here. And sew on down, and then I'll press it and then add the other purple. If I can get this to lay nice.
Sending it to her.
When I'm sending what?
Sending a quilt to a long armor. What do I need to know for my first time sending one?
It depends on the long armor, because if you have, like, say there's a website for that long armor, they might have rules, but 90% of the time it's your quilt back needs to be 4 inches bigger on all 4 sides than the quilt top. Some long armors want 6, which I just found out the other day. Anyways, 4 inches bigger on all 4 sides. Everything needs to be pressed. You need to clip away anything. Most of them don't want pet hair, smoke, or perfumes on their quilts. They'll say it on their website, you know, when you send in stuff, they don't want it covered in things because they're business, and, you know.
Most tell you before you send it to them.
They'll tell you, but make sure everything's pressed. It's free and clear of all the excess. You know, you don't want a bunch of threads hanging out of the front of your quilt. Clip those, you know. Don't worry about the back. It's not heavy, but if you have white next to black, make sure that the black threads are away from your white. Press it all, fold it nicely, and send it in, you know, or take it in. The less wrinkled it is, the better. And before anything, honestly, check to make sure you have no blocks turned around or backwards, because I've had to call quite a few clients in the past and say, did you want me to fix this for you? Because, you know, there was backwards or turned around blocks, or the fabric was even backwards. And yeah, so make sure that that's done.
Should I baste it? Should they baste it?
If you have a bunch of open seams around the edge, I will not on this because I'm having borders. But if you have open seams, yes, do a victory lap around the whole quilt. I swear, this machine. All right, let me press this, and then we'll add the last border and be done. Some long armors are super picky. I'm not. Make sure you find out if they supply batting at a charge or not, or if it's included in your fee, because I charge for it. Make sure you find out the wait time, all those things. If they're computerized, make sure you have a way to choose the computer design, or you can leave it up to your designer, the quilter, you know. Make sure you choose your thread color. If you don't care about all those things, send it in and quilt it. They'll quilt it with whatever. That's what people do for me, because you can't choose with me. You just get what you get. I mean, I do take general suggestion, but this quilt is not flat whatsoever. It's driving me nuts. It will be when I long arm it. I'm going to do the starch method. I'm going to overly starch the quilt. Then it'll lay flat. You know, sometimes when I make things, it's not perfect. Well, it's never perfect, but you know. All right, so I'm going to just sew this one on now. First, a drink of water. Okay, here we go. On point quilts are a little bit tougher, you know. If you starch everything, like a lot of people do, you might have a flatter quilt to begin with. Then you won't have to worry about the problems I'm having. But I am my own long armor, so I don't care for myself, but when people send it in, I do. I know. It's tough. Other side.
Could you do the background the same as the purple to make it float?
Yeah, you could do the background the same as make it float, yes. I just did what the pattern had called for. all I'm going to do is finger press for now. Turn it to the side. Place it on here. Bring this side up, finger press it back. Up. Make a cut. Go ahead and go to the opposite side. Press. Oops. Right there. There we go. Wow, they really over generously give you so much. I didn't even have to cut all that.
Ah, that's a waste of fabric.
Yeah, I could have had one. I could have not have to cut one extra one of these strips, you know, because there's a whole strip in here. Obviously, they have you measure, but there's still enough to have measured it out. All right, let me press it and we'll hang it on the wall and show you what I got. I think it's beautiful.
That is awesome looking. I really like it. It's going to be a cool quilt.
Yeah, I kind of, you know, you guys can't see it yet, but you will in a minute. I kind of think I want to add more borders just to make it bigger. And add more interest to it. All right, it didn't get a full press, but it's good enough. Come on. No.
Here. You do your side, I'll get mine.
All right, so in 2.5 hours, this is possible. Because obviously I went overtime today. It's pulling this, that's what's happening. I was wondering why it looked so funky. This came out from the wall. Anyways, there we go. It's just kind of tight right here from the wall. This came up and the whole thing's gonna fall again. There we go. I can't smooth it out. So it looks kind of funny. Told you it's not perfect. When am I ever perfect?
Tell them yes, this is real time.
Yes, this is in real time, 2.5 hours, and it's done. Oh, the whole thing fits in the frame. Look at that. So I was thinking to make it bigger. I still have more of this because this was in my stash, you know. Go around it one more time with this, and then one more time with this white with the purple accent, like that.
That would be awesome. And then it would be much bigger. Because yeah, right now it's only 52 by 64. It's kind of small.
It stays like that. There we go. Yeah. So going around it one more time with that and then with that, I think is what I'm going to do to make it bigger. Very easy pattern, simple to follow. Literally, it's called AOK patterns probably because it's AOK. This was really easy to do. So I just need to press it real good with some starch to get some of the fullness out, but it is possible to make a quilt from a pattern in 2.5 hours. All right. Any questions before I get off here, my friends? Doesn't it look so cool? I like it with the purple. The purple really made it purpley. I like it. I should have probably used a darker gray though.
The purple made it purpley.
Well, in person you could see the difference, but on camera for me, the gray is kind of hidden.
Yeah, it is. It's because of the camera though, but in person it looks
yeah,
a lot
in
better.
person you can see the gray difference, you know, between the two. I like it. And technically you could have just used the white background here as well, you know, on this section. But that's completely up to you, and just bypass the extra color altogether, and then it would just be look like these cool knot ties or something, you know?
Yeah.
Or just use this out here too. Either way. Anyways, any questions before I get off here, guys?
That I know. Kind of went fast there at the end. Tell me to ask again if I missed it.
Alright. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit more, probably this same size with this one, and then whatever I can get from that, because I don't think I have, I might just have like 25 inches left or something, you know, because I used a lot of it. But I'll make it work. All right, explanation pattern, or after this is completely over, which will be in just a few minutes, you can look in the description below, and that's where the pattern can be found. It's called Helix. Very simple, easy pattern.
You looking for that?
Yeah. So it just looks like this. It's very simple, very easy. It's by AOK Quilts, and it's just a couple pages, and it works great. It was very easy to cut out and put together, and like I said, 2.5 hours, bam, I'm done. So, all right, that's it. I don't see any questions. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Don't forget, tomorrow sometime in the morning I'll be on for a mail opening, and then that's it for this week. Yeah. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.